to the West, a Dishonored RPG campaign. We host Saturday evenings at a non-determinate time, but hey, this is mostly here for posterity's sake now. Anyways, okay, so
Posterity.
last session. What?
Posterity.
What?
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah. Got a problem with posterity?
It's just a very placeholder word. That's all.
Placeholder. Are you trying to edit my own vocabulary here?
Yes.
Do not edit people's words.
It's for posterity's
That's all right.
sake. We're preserving
It's
it
for sake.
the future.
Speaking of preserving for the future, how about preserving our lives for the future?
Yeah.
Get us out of
Great,
jail.
great segue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good job.
So, last session, you all had been framed, and most of you were arrested. I almost said Emil. Emil was killed here a long time ago.
In the same prison. At a very similar gallows.
Correct. Yes, indeed.
Not the same one, because I imagine they took them down and put them back up.
Yes. Anton was arrested. Barrett was arrested trying to rescue Anton. And Heisel was nearly arrested. She was in fact surrounded, and you didn't surrender, so you were detained, not arrested.
Ah.
And
I like that semantic difference.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, it's a semantic difference in our law enforcement that we have. So, but you talked about all the things that are really fishy about what's going on with this case, and you managed to get a delay. So, congratulations. No one's getting executed today. That being said, you're not off scot-free. Because there are still fishy things going on, the enforcers at Bryanton, headed by investigator Ellie Claypot, have essentially just said, okay, we're going to need to investigate this, take a look into it, and you guys need to stay put. So, you're not dying, but you're also kind of stuck here. You, however, are not. You, the enforcers would essentially leave you, including your escort, who you promised a sandwich to, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
But essentially, after this whole thing, Claypot would probably tell you, okay, so I'm not going to arrest you, but there is likely going to be an investigation and a possible proper trial of those people currently in the prison right now.
I'd love to be as much help as I can.
Right.
You should probably know, in a few hours here, there's going to be a speech on the radio. Was it Station 70?
Frequency.
And Frequency 70. Explaining how some of all this went down. You can take or leave it. I'm not trying to sway your judgment, but it might be informative.
Fair enough. Is it something like a full testimony?
It's more of the bigger picture.
Okay. Soapbox speech. Gotcha. All right. Well, I suppose I'll listen on that. Might be good to even have a record of it.
Listen, I'm happy to be as much help as I can be. I realize you gotta piece it together yourself, that my testimony probably won't mean much, but wherever I can help, I'm happy to.
All right. Well, just know that we may send for you for different interviews and information on what exactly went down there.
Of course.
All right. Okay. Phillips, you're with me. We're going to go take a look and talk to our friends down at the prison. And with that, the enforcers would leave the hotel. Sab, you are currently with Brigham Bell, who... Oh, no. Brigham went back to the airship because he twisted his ankle or sprained it.
He broke it.
Oh, he broke it. No.
Yeah. So I think the plan was just we would go back with him.
Yeah, he did. But you are still with Constable Fleming of the Republican Morlean Constabulary. I think you did tell him, like, hey, let's go back to the airship. And so he would join you.
All right.
So you were in the sewers, which is very quickly to get back to the rest of the docks. There is still a curfew in town, so you are still probably going to have to sneak. But before you sneak,
And we're at the docks, correct? Okay, cool.
if you would like to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's
All right. So, before you sneak, go ahead and make a perception check for me. Study carefully. Perception focus, please.
Thing I'm not good at, but I got 2 successes.
2?
Nice, dude.
All right. You can see as the hazy gray sunshine is slowly rising. You would actually see things are not as hectic as they used to be. There aren't as many enforcer guards walking around because of the whole intruder peer situation from earlier. Person who just wanted to use the bathroom. There are still enforcers around, and a lot of them seem to be looking at the sky, and you would be able to see this as well. As it looks like a massive airship is approaching for docking. Roll a... Well,
Do I recognize this ship?
it looks like just some sort of... roll a quick airship check. Study, airship focus, carefully, a lot cleverly.
Okay. That
Difficulty of
is-
1.
Yeah, 3.
3. Okay, you get 2 points of momentum there. It's the Requite.
You can help yourself.
It looks to be some sort of cargo vessel, but you've seen this exact one before.
Okay.
It's an armed Morlean vessel, and it is right above the rest of the town.
And is the Requite the armed Morlean vessel that was like called on that picked us up after the house blew up?
It is that.
Okay, so that one's got the void gun on it, or something going on. It's got something going on.
It's got something going on.
It does
Discuss.
probably have something going on. That
Okay.
is true.
All right, that's not good. All right, well, it's not necessarily not good, but Sab's a little like, oh boy, okay, it'll be fine. No, that's a bad thing. Okay, let's go.
Wait, why is this bad?
That's
This is a Morlean warship.
yeah,
We're saved.
yeah. Except, I just have the feeling that whoever caused this, they probably know about the ship, and I'm just a little more skeptical of
I
everything
think there's
now.
more to it than just an airship appearing out of nowhere.
Yeah, just because they're really smart, and it feels like they would know. Also, I mean, there have been instances of that warships use that they would have connections to by the death of certain people that would have connections to the captain of. Yeah, don't worry about it. You don't need to worry about this. Anyway, okay, let's go to the airship.
All right, roll a move quiet check. Stealth focus. Fleming will make his own.
Okay, I'm doing pretty good today. Alright, move. Yeah, 2 successes.
Okay. Sorry, I can't find a D20. I found only one so far. Oof. There's only one success from Fleming. What'd you get?
2 successes.
All right. You said 2?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you're good. You make your way back to the Premier, the airship that you all came to Bryanton on, with Sybil Hastings and Clip, and other crew members. There's a lot of people. Fleming hasn't been as good about sneaking. Maybe it's just increased daylight, less sunshine. But because of the giant airship that's above you all, it seems like most of the enforcers were just keeping an eye on it. You make back to the airship. You see its small bullet-shaped wooden hull. You just going into it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
As you walk in, you would see that there is a conversation already taking place. You'd see LG there, which is normal. You would also see Jennifer Casey there.
Oh.
As well as her photographer, who I have...
Wilkes.
Wilkes!
I don't know why I remember that, but yeah. It was
Yes,
like,
that's right. Wilkes, thank you. I appreciate it,
You're
guys.
welcome.
Yes.
Wilkes is great.
Wilkes is there, and then there's someone there who, as you enter, looks at you. Oh, not these guys. You would see the face of Demas.
What?
Oh.
Listen, no,
He's
it's
the guy that I blew the boat up.
it's
for.
good. It's good. Don't worry.
Don't
He's actually a protector now, and he didn't harm you in that whole debacle, right? No, I
Like, I was
suppose
chasing
he
you
didn't.
down to ask you questions.
What's that?
I was chasing you down to ask you questions. So, yeah.
You didn't hurt me. That's fine. Is that lady that drugged me here too? Yeah, she's here. You missed that. Well, you know what? I understand. It's I threatened to blow you all up. I boarded your ship. Just to let you know, I just talked to some of your friends here about this, but I'm not in the Pervasion anymore. I'm gone. They're taking things in the wrong direction. Yeah, so Demas here was just filling us in on a little bit of details about what's going on. You guys, you're still in a pickle, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
When applicable, I'd probably lay out what's going on with
Okay,
her and
yeah.
just be like, hey, this is what's going on, this is what we saw. I was like, so basically, after that call and realizing that we kind of spilled everything on the radio waves, I was like, let's just go back here, regroup, replan. And hopefully they're looking for me in the docks or whatever.
All right. Good to know. Why is there a constable here?
Oh,
I am here trying to, was planning to rescue my man.
yeah. Remember my whole thing about, this was a while ago, but I talked about, like, we need allies who are, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, whole thing. So this is the enemy of our enemy. He's our friend. He's Fleming. I know him from, we go way back.
I do remember the case that you all.
Yeah,
were
it
involved
wasn't
in.
necessarily a good go back, but, like, we know each
No,
other.
no. I'm just saying. I suppose the presence of this man here, and he looks at Demas, does corroborate your story from earlier. If it means anything to you.
It does. I like being right.
But don't worry, I'm not here to arrest anyone today. Much more important things on the horizon. Speaking of which, is that airship with some of you? It would be with me, says Casey. We're actually all en route back to the Panoply location. Wait. Hold on. This is LG. Sorry. Lots of NPCs talking right now. You're bringing the Morlean government to our secret headquarters. You got any better ideas on that? We're outnumbered. It's bad. And he owes me, so we're good with that. Sab, have you met Ridge here?
I don't.
Casey, Jennifer Casey.
Yeah.
She goes publicly by it.
Yeah, we met.
Okay.
No pictures. Like squint.
Wilkes is slowly lowers the camera.
Good. Sorry about
Yep.
breaking your camera there. Or, I don't know.
You didn't break it.
Yeah. Like, did something. I tried
yeah.
to break it.
You're right. Tried to. He
Anyway.
dodged it, but
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Do you know about, they know about the whole kind of tension of, seems like they're trying to get a fight between Pandysia and Morley, so. You guys added that into the
Oh, yeah.
equation of a giant warship shows up over town, and the town it kind of seems like it's leaning towards more morally.
I suppose I didn't really think of that.
Okay.
But it's
Good to keep in mind, maybe.
it is also like Morlean territory, though.
I know.
So I know they're trying to start a war, but I mean, it's not like we should just retreat. But don't worry, it's the request
just-
isn't
yeah.
here to shell the town or
Yeah,
anything.
it's
like
just it's just like keeping an eye on where the waves are.
that. So what? You just want it to go?
No, I'm saying just like be aware. Like some people here do want liberty and stuff, and we're not saying like either way on that. Just we don't want to start a fight or something to happen that we don't need to happen. I think it's good that it's here. We could use. I'm sure it'll be very helpful. But just understand.
Whoever is behind this has started the fight long before this warship showed up. My
Yeah.
people have been deprived of their liberty and are in prison right now. That's not because of Morley.
Yes. My point is that I don't want us to play into their hand of saying they cause something, we move in strong, and then they let the people.
Right.
move it.
I
So
gotcha.
that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a bad move or anything. Just
Well, that's why it's the requite and not an actual warship.
that is true. That
Everyone else is
I
going to
didn't
look
think
at
about
this.
that. That was a good move.
What this thing was built for, anyways. Oh, okay. So, we need to get this information back to. Well, it's like not like anybody doesn't know where it is now. So, this is just Casey talking. I guess the jig is up a little bit when it comes to where Panoply is. So, are we all just ready to go to Countai? And LG just says, no, we need to figure this out. Some of our crew are indisposed in prison, along with this good constable's people. Oh, wait, you guys are they the people that are supposed to be executed today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard about that. Interesting. Okay. Huh. Wow.
We were framed.
Don't worry.
I don't-
I believe you. I know a thing or two about freedom.
I don't get to say that honestly a lot of times in my life. So
There you go. Drink it in.
nice.
So, what was your current plan to liberate your friends in prison?
Well, there's been some snags with that. Right now, let's check with you guys. I mean, yeah, we had a plan going, but I've been told to let's not do that for now. So, whatever you guys think, but I'm definitely gonna do something. That's kind of where my focus is right now.
Okay. Well, if you need anything, we have a very, very precise gun on board that ship. If you have any things that need shelling, but again, don't want to go into their hand, which is why I'm not telling Captain O'Hokran to just drop a unit of Morlean commandos on this whole town. But if you need that, we've got a lot of resources there. I was actually, before this whole Panoply thing came up, well, if this Panoply thing wasn't happening, I probably would have gone to that execution, get some photos or something like that. It's pretty easy for a reporter to get in, and a photographer, silvergrapher, silvographer, silvergrapher,
Try saying that when you're drunk.
yeah.
I never said that with those
So if you need someone to do a little bit of infiltration, that's also an option.
That'd be good.
I think it's also about time to blow my cover anyways.
You have a cover?
That I'm just some reporter. I'm a protector.
Oh,
Did you not hear me say that earlier?
no, I don't. I was thinking about. I'm not Ashery. wanted for anything that I actually did. I was thinking about that.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, LG just
Yeah.
says, codename Ridge.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Not the rich part.
I get it's
Yeah.
it's hard to believe that someone's a protector unless they have a goofy nickname.
Yeah. Except I'm a protector. I just have a terrifying nickname. Yeah, never mind. I was gonna make a comparison. Anyway, so, alright.
What do you mean? You have a code name.
I do?
Oh, we never told you.
Uh,
Yeah, we just kind of took to calling you Acrobat.
you named me after my time in the circus.
How was I not? I got named after a mirror. It's gonna happen. You don't choose your code name.
You named me after the time I had to learn acrobats so I wouldn't break my neck in that stinking clown circus.
I mean,
You connected me to clowns forever.
didn't you like throw a whole show on board that ship when I was in the...
Yes, that was because I liked it. I liked everything but the clowns.
Well, be glad we didn't call you a clown. Be glad there is a clown already. That one's taken.
Mark, one of the dazzlers.
I'm well.
Code name Clown. Razzle dazzle.
Oh, glitter. Razzle.
Okay, well, listen. Back to the matters at hand. We do really need to get back to Count High on this. This is Casey talking again. Okay, so you're talking about the Morlean jail, the constabulary jail, right by the town square, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The execution.
All right, yeah. One entrance, one exit. Yeah, I know. Okay. We can definitely go there. You would probably need a disguise, even though, well, yeah, you're framed, so.
Yeah.
You can treat me like you like.
I'm sorry. Could you just explain what exactly your plan is right now?
Okay. I think right now I need to know what they're doing. Because they have 2 executions going on. So are they doing firing squad? Are they doing hanging? What's going on? with
At
that?
about this time, you're heading back to the airship, right?
I mean, if they'll let me, sure.
Yeah, sure.
I was like stuck in the hotel room.
I'm not gonna make you roll for it, because
Really
you've
awesome.
literally just talked to the head investigator on this whole thing. You can persuade anyone. It would probably be a check of like 2, but you literally have actually checked with her. So even if you failed, you could just radio, and then
Yes.
she'd be like, "Yes, let her go where she wants." So yeah. So at about this time, you would get back in the airship. And he's like, "Hi, welcome back. You're not in jail. That's great."
Oh,
Good to
thank
see
you.
more of you than I expected. You're not a face I was expecting to see here.
Oh,
Demas.
shoot.
Been a while?
Don't got any needles on you, do you?
Just a few.
Don't worry, they're for personal use only, right, Heisel?
No.
Okay. Well, she will stab people that
Or
need
for
it, but
protection.
Demas doesn't need it. He's defecting.
You're defecting from narration.
Wasn't my original plan, but it's where I am.
What happened?
I suppose I caught a glimpse of what their plan actually was. We were flying the Hausler Pup out near Fort Feeder, towards some Pandician ruins, when we were attacked by a group of the suits, bunch of marked ones, different gang, all powerful with the Void, and that was normal. We fought off plenty of boarding gangs, but Talvin came back in the middle of it, and he tore a hole in. Well, he showed everyone the Void, what the whole goal was, and I could only feel fear and just the desire to leave. And a couple of my friends just couldn't take it either and just lashed out. He skewered he skewered my friend Harris with just void right spike. And I'm not talking about one of those fancy pokers.
I know what
It
you
just
mean.
came out of his arm. Killed him. I thought we were supposed to be on the same side, and yeah, some of them still stuck with Snatch and Lysander, but I didn't, and I just wanted to leave, so I actually jumped through the portal that he came through and ended up back in Bryanton, of all places.
What is it he was looking for in those ruins?
That's all I know. Well, no. Something to tear a much bigger hole. The idea was that it would be a hole big enough for the pup to slip in. Airship in the void.
And he knows he can find it in those ruins?
It seems like he had the right location down. I got painted from Bryanton. I narrowed it down somehow. I don't know how. Creepy void powers. But, he just in a moment revealed that we weren't part of his void-born people. Or at least some of us weren't, and I certainly wasn't. And let me get this straight, I wasn't planning on coming to the Protectors on this. I have plenty of opinions about you all. But you, I knew, he points to LG, and I knew you were something decent. And you, I didn't even know were a Protector, but I knew that you were interested in the truth. And he points to Casey. So here's what the plan is. Pup just got outfitted with some very fancy new technology. Giant new radio tower looking kind of thing on it. And some special looking box that looks exactly like that thing you got right there. What's the Hastings device? Yeah, well, it looked like a radio. Lysander's plan with that thing was, instead of just trying to guess the location of where the remaining outsiders were killed.
Use the Hastings device to track it down, right.
Right. So with it amplified by the steel tower thing.
Sounds like it could work.
Yeah. That and Lord Talvin has this kind of uncanny ability to see things. He would just give us headings to go on. He only needed a painting to know where something was. I don't know how he did it, but that alongside the radio thing means we were just going to go and kill every single one of the outsiders. Once the outsiders are dead, well, the stability of the void will be stopped. Compromised, that's a much better word. And the tears in the void are just going to be much, much bigger. They're going to grow and grow, and
I was hear you saying we've got another void crisis on our hands.
Yeah, that. And now I kind of saw what that would do. I never saw one of them tears back in the crisis, but I know what they're capable of now. We only have 7 of the spikes, though.
What ones are you missing?
That would be the one that we've still got. Countai. It's an island south of, or on the southeastern coast of Sloan Bay. It's where you Protectors have your home base, and that's the last one. Some of the most loyal enforcers, the Crimson Pennant, the Commodore's going to be there. So while Lysander, Snatch, and Telvin are going through the void, picking off every outsider one at a time, which they're doing right now, forces are gathering a counter to destroy the Protectors, get the final spike, and deliver the killing blow.
That's grim to say the least.
It's the plan.
When will the attack be coming?
The attack will commence once all 7 outsiders are dead.
Who's left?
Let's see. Plan was to kill pretty rapidly a marksman, pugilist, and I believe the suits just freed the gambler.
There's not a lot left, is it?
Now,
Has word been sent down to contact?
yes, it has. They know what's coming.
And
We're
are
good.
you prepared to face it?
Well, every single protector that got the message should be there. It's not an army. Well, I guess there is an army there, but that's a later thing. But we've got all we got.
Yes.
And you have a giant airship now.
Good to see you again, Casey. Wilkes.
Wilk says hello.
You with this lot?
Hmm?
You a protector?
Where'd you pick that up from?
The association. They said contact in front of you.
Yep. Pleased to meet you. I'm Rich.
I heard the name.
Mm-hmm.
Fills in some blanks.
What's that?
That fills in some blanks.
That it does. And I just want to say congratulations. Haven't gotten any visit from my old marker friend lately.
You wouldn't.
I heard. Good job.
Do we have any information on where the pugilists and marksmen were? Where they ascended?
That's a good question. Pugilist was definitely somewhere in Dunwall. Likely in one of the old fighting clubs. What was the other one?
Marksman?
Oh, that one, we have nothing.
Demas?
Again, we weren't able to actually tune into any of the signals till we went in the void. And I wasn't going to stand for that. We don't know.
So there's not much of a chance to intercept then, is there?
Not that I'm aware of. I wholeheartedly disagree. Civil Hastings will enter into the conversation. It's my device. Of course I can track it down. I mean, I didn't know it was in the void, but that certainly narrows it down. I'm just trying to use an amplified Hastings device. That's... okay. I can't do that on this airship. But if I had one with advanced radio...
Sybil?
Oh, I just want to use that big one that's up there. Casey just says, alright, I'm on it. I'm going to go ask the captain.
We may need Anton for that. He's our ticket into the void.
Yeah, and that's the problem right there. It sounds like they're using whatever those Pandician ruins are to essentially create a portal big enough for an entire ship to get through.
Anton likely can't do that, but he can get us in there.
Just floating in the void?
Oh, I mean, hopefully on a rock or something.
Yeah, okay. Well, how are you going to intercept an airship, though?
I'm just saying we need to wait in before we can figure out how to get through the void. We need to get into the void. It's a step we're figuring out for the rest.
Alright. I suppose that could work. Wait, so you're telling me that one of you can just go to the void?
Yes.
Yeah, he's kind of it sounds really weird, but Talvin was his successor. This creepy scientist dude in some creepy like void resort. Oh, wait, you're talking about Atlee. Atlee worked on one of you guys?
Yes. Anton Blackburn. Anton
Huh.
Minsky.
Oh, that's new. At least with the rest of us as well, although he's
At-
not
At least with you.
conscious. The old
I
geezer's...
slashed that man's throat. He's with you?
Yeah, he's different when it comes to anatomy. He's not conscious right now, but he's in this sort of machine that Snatch built up. But he's just not conscious, but he's with the rest of us. Plan was for him to do some final additions to Snatch. Like procedures.
No, I mean, I got that. What can Snatch do? Aside from sense void artifacts.
Yeah. I hate to say this because I planned this back when I was first playing Deathloop, but he can make himself almost not invincible, but incredibly resistant to damage, any physical damage. I think there are still a few things that could probably kill him, but having slept.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Yeah.
That's another problem to solve when we get there. For now, we need to get Anton and Barrett out. They're not gonna get executed, which is good, but they're still in prison. And it seems like time is of the essence.
Yeah. No kidding. Alright. LG just is drawing pistols. Okay, so we're gonna bust him out.
If we could handle this with a bit more finesse, I'd appreciate it. There's a radio message going out. As per our plan.
You think that's just gonna cut it?
No, but it's meant to draw people to our cause. If we go in there guns blazing and break them out, it makes us look guilty before we've even had a chance to speak for ourselves.
Okay. Well, that's good, because that's scheduled for just a few minutes from now.
Isn't that like already?
Is it? You guys are going to probably have to wait around anyways for it to go, if that's the plan.
Mm-hmm. It's, I believe, 9 minutes.
What?
It's, I believe, 9 minutes of speech.
Okay.
As per our last count.
Yes. All right. Are there any questions you want to ask of any of the parties here? Either of you. Protectors, Sybil, Orwell's here. No, he
I
didn't
told him
participate.
about my radio jamming idea and just tuck that in your mind for the future.
Yeah, both Orwell and Sybil would be like, Orwell's like,
And then
yeah,
then
that's interesting.
Sab's explaining, and then you radio jam. I mean, nah, that wouldn't work.
And then Sybil just
wondering-
says, "Oh yeah,
No,
my airship can do that.
No, yeah, no, that would make.
No, I can do that. Like literally, I've done that before.
Mm.
I have that one right over there. That's radio jammer.
Yeah, I was just thinking something. You know how the Hastings device picks up radio waves, or not radio waves,
No,
but like void waves.
I don't.
Like
Yes, I do. I built it.
Yeah, you know what I meant. Hastings, you know what I meant.
Yeah, I built it. It's got my name.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, okay. But listen, Hastings. All right, now listen. So the Hastings device picks up on void waves. Let's just call them that. And so in the same way that you jam a radio signal by sending waves, can we mimic void waves?
Not without a vast amount of void artifacts that emit void waves.
True.
But
You mean
you
to-
can't just replicate that.
To lure them or to blow them out?
I'm wondering if, because they're going to send the ship in
We could
as
jam.
this thing, I wonder if there's some way to could we throw them off by just sending decoys and just cause as much confusion as they're doing that, so that when we do strike, we throw them off a little bit.
Well, if we get your friend Anton back, while the requite is making its way to Countai, we could just possibly do a little bit of a field trip into the void and see what kind of
I'm not sure
frequencies
Anton
they're
can
trying to
bring
pick
an
up.
entire airship into the void.
I'm just saying us, just to try and see if we can get the frequencies of the different outsiders. I know that was kind of the purpose for you in the first place, but I don't know if you'd ever tried it from the void. Have you?
No. Actually, I don't think so. I don't think so. I was a little bit busy the first time I went in there. The rest of my friends started trying to kill each other.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Don't worry, we figured that out. You just need to take some snake oil from 50 years ago, and that'll solve it.
That was a
He's not
great
wrong.
snake oil. I love that stuff.
Discontinued, expired, and oh so good for
It was.
maintaining the mind, I guess.
Oh, not just that.
But, or you could drink that special soda that people make nowadays, too. Or wait,
Standard
didn't do
spiritual
that.
solution.
no, that's not true. You just need, it's just Joplin's,
Yeah,
thing
because
that
I
does
did it
that.
with the stars and it did not.
That's correct. Yep. It's just the old stuff.
Okay.
They made it better back in the day.
Back in my day. Sad. Back in my
It's the
day.
carbonation, it blocks the mantle
Yep.
fans.
See, Joplin actually did do some, like, void vision stuff. But Herculano Star just really made a good beverage, and it just
Yeah.
really just rejuvenates you. You're just like, this is delightful.
It just needs sparkling
Void.
water.
Drink.
Void
I feel like I can
Alright.
manipulate the void. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I can teleport.
I'm just
now.
so happy that I,
I mean,
can
he was a part
do
of the
whatever I
cult.
want.
I don't.
So like maybe.
It's like, it's so good. It's like void good. And everyone's like, yeah.
This really adds credence to what the cult is saying.
Like, it reminds me of Sue.
Okay.
I think,
Is it
yeah, I
supposed to
think,
be?
yeah, I don't think there's anything else.
All right.
Yeah, because I think Sam will work on his work on the, his portable
Music box?
music box is done. He
It's
wants
done?
to add the little spike with the little, specifically a stick on the top and
Yes.
Vilfer stone.
Okay. Gotcha.
He'll probably need some help with that, but whenever they do that, if you want, I could roll for now.
You've got it done, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say you got it.
Spike. I think the only other thing I would do is I would probably just, when we both have a moment, just take the Hastings device. And then, you see that right there?
I do see that right there.
Yeah, that's not part of the Hastings device.
Then what does it say?
What did you do to my baby? Sybil
Baby.
just comes
Your
up.
baby is fine. it doesn't affect the wiring or any work like that.
It doesn't.
If
but
you promise that you won't purposefully leave this behind to not let us follow you, it's a little tracker.
Sebastian,
Yes?
I'm not your child. You don't have to know where I am at all times.
I don't need to know where you're at all times. I don't want you to get kidnapped and us not know where you are.
Hey, Sybil.
Yeah.
You know how to take that out?
She has a pair of bolt cutters in her hand.
You want to fix the Hastings device?
Definitely. And she's looming over, and
Sam,
LG says,
grab
wait,
the
wait,
finger,
wait,
she's
wait, wait.
like,
Hold
"Well."
on. I'm not just saying this for you, but maybe that's a good idea for all of us. I mean, any of us could be kidnapped.
It's not just you.
I don't think it'll be
Name
that
one person
important.
that you put a tracking device on.
Well, I wanted to build 3. And one I was going to put into a coat. But I was also going to give that to you. So be, Okay, Heisel, let me just put it this way. Yes, Anton was kidnapped. He also got released. And I'm not saying that in a bad...
He also got
Listen.
shot.
He also got shot, yes.
Do you remember why Anton got released?
Yes, because you talked him out.
Do you remember why I got released?
Because they wanted to let you go and you talked yourself out.
But I could put a tracking device behind my eye patch.
Good. We'll hold it.
Oh, I did not mean to say that. I'm sorry. I've been too long without sleep.
How would they even know where you are? You're somewhere they'll never
Sebastian?
find
We've been traveling together for
Tiniest gun.
long enough of a time for you to start trusting me. And I've been traveling with you for long enough of a time to start trusting you.
Heisel.
I will tell you when I'm doing things.
Okay.
That this isn't the way.
Heisel, I told you about this. Of course, I'm making this very clear.
You're telling me now.
Yes, there you go. I'm telling you now. You can take that as you will, but the growth happened, alright?
Just remember to trust that I know what I'm doing.
I always believe in you.
Just curious, did you tell everyone else about your meeting with Lysander, or is that something that was just...
Nope.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, we don't know.
No, I always trust you. And that's saying a lot, because you know me. And you know that...
Trust my competence as well as my intentions. Those are two different things.
As someone who has had their entire family murdered, I think you can give me just a little bit of grace on this.
A little bit of grace, sure, which is why I'm not mad.
No, you're pretty mad. Sev shuts it and pushes over to you.
And she's gonna hand it to Sybil. When we put the rest of the tracking devices on, I will consider it.
But why will you consider after that?
Because
Heisel,
then I know.
do you not
that's-
trust me? That's what I'm getting out of this.
I trust your intentions.
But not my methods.
Yes.
I did have, like, him on it and, like, another person. So it wasn't just my methods.
Wait, who's him?
That
That could mean anyone.
It was LG, if I'm correct, because he
Yeah.
told LG about it to then tell what's his name or Cyclone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry, we were in on that.
None of you thought it'd be a good idea.
I
to
did
say
also
something?
tell Mikhail, just if that helps.
None of you thought it would be a good idea to say something.
Well, we trust you, but we don't always trust your intentions.
You got it the wrong way around.
I trust you, and I trust your intentions, but I also trust that you have lied to many people in your life, and you like to go off and do things by yourself. And you almost died trying to deal with my problems at one point. And in all honesty, I would like to break in on some guys thinking, oh my gosh, we've definitely figured out this, and there's no problems. And boom, problems.
I lost that about halfway through.
Oh, I would be the problems for them,
For who?
for the people who kidnapped you.
Why am I even kidnapped?
I'm just saying, if you got kidnapped.
That's a big if. I think at this point their MO was more killing us anyway.
Okay, yeah, sure. But, you know, if you get strand the void or whatever. So how about you
So,
leave it
so
in
you're gonna
protocol?
make me a tracking device for when I die and become a ghost in the void. I'm messing
I-
with you, Sam. I'm just saying.
Mhm.
Make the other tracking devices, then we'll talk.
I'll say no. Hastings, don't break that. That is expensive. I'll carry it.
Tracker?
Yeah.
I mean, it is my device.
Which is on loaner to me. Which makes both of us more valid and more separate than you are.
That device is mine as part of the protectors, and I don't want Cycle to yell at me.
I won't break the tracker, don't worry.
I would like the tracker back then.
There you go. She literally, and, well, you know what, let's
Pops it out.
let's just roll, just for the fun of it.
It breaks.
that's good.
She has to pay so much money to get back.
Oh yeah, that's research trust.
So Hansel, you know how we all have off days.
I know I mentioned it, but
I did not do it.
Okay, so actually, I'm going to do something we haven't done before, and that is interact with chat, because we have someone in chat. So,
Whoa.
welcome to the game.
Hello.
And it's not me this time.
I imagine you're probably very confused about what's going on. If you do want to catch up, we do have an entire wiki with like episode summaries and that kind of thing. I apologize if there's lack of interaction, because we've gotten just so very much used to just
Doing this for
We
posterity.
just do this.
Yeah,
because
for-
we have fun.
yes, doing this for posterity's sake.
Hmm.
Okay, so tracker is destroyed in the Hastings device. No, it's not destroyed. It's back to you.
Thank you.
Um,
Sam takes it and he just I don't know. I think he just braids into his hair that he has left. So it's nice and hidden and say,
You don't have that. You got it cut yesterday.
Oh.
I did. It's shorter now.
mercy.
It is indeed shorter.
how
Yep.
short is it?
Hey, Mercy was yesterday.
Yeah.
Correct.
Is it a short
You
one?
got it cut yesterday.
Sam's like,
Sessions.
well, I mean, it's fine.
20 sessions,
Mom
24
never liked
hours,
it
let's go.
anyway. I'll just just puts it, like, sticks in a little, like the little brim of the hat, and just, or like the, not the brim, but like the sweatband of the hat, and just puts it on. There. Now you can track me. Are you happy?
A little happier.
Yes. Orwell, track him right now.
Zeph is like doing this.
He's too many places at once, Orwell. You gotta catch up.
LG,
I'm not doing this.
I'll bet you $5 is right there.
Zeph like does
For
like
hard
a,
odds.
Zeph does like a slide into
Okay,
like
okay.
a different part of the room.
Okay, listen. What we really need to track down is the rest of you guys. Okay.
Like I said, they're not in danger. They're just being held on to while Claypot and the others are figuring out what actually happened with Kenrick's death.
Say it again.
Like I said, they're not in danger. They're not slated to be executed anymore. They're just there in case they have information during Claypot's investigation. She's got the lead that something's going on.
Good.
Isn't ready to accept that it's Vern yet, but she's willing to stay the execution and figure things out.
Okay. That's good to hear. Nice.
The problem being that we need them back.
Speaking of good to hear, Orwell would be like, wait, guys, it's time. And he would turn his radio to frequency 70. And you would hear your speech. Don't give me the actual speech. I know we lost that stream, unfortunately. But can you give me the gist of what you said and the gist of what you said? For posterity's sake.
For posterity.
And for M. Samder M. Thank you for joining us, M. Samder.
Shout out to them, stand around.
Woo!
There's finally someone who knows.
I hope we are entertaining you at whatever time it is for you.
You have a watch on, Jacob.
Well, we don't know what
Looks
time it is for him.
Looks at wrist
Or her.
whatever time it is for
Or
you.
her.
Because
That's right.
Well, this is Sav. He would do that. So Sav owns the watch.
ooh, I gotta go. Did you just look at your wrist?
Sorry.
Just like a-
Would you just look at the time? I gotta go.
That
don't have
is
a
a sad
watch.
move to pull right there.
Sav does that.
Anyway, the gist of the radio speech is, hey, things sucked in the Isle, that's why you came here, you made a better life for yourselves. Now these people are trying to drag you back into the Isle's conflicts. She introduced everyone to who the Pervasion are and what they want, which is like the culling through the opening of the void into the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
She introduced what the Protectors want, which is to stop people from utilizing the void, to protect them from that. And then after introducing the Pervasion, she talked about how they have kind of their hands in Pendician banks and the Enforcers and other things like that, how they had charge of the whole painting thing that was going on,
Gotcha.
and how they framed the execution, or the death of Max and Kenrick.
Yeah.
And then I had Barrett come on to say some stuff about that.
Hold on. It is apparently 2:36 a.m.
Oh, nice.
for M.
Ooh.
Sander.
Nice.
And M. Samder is going to bed. So thank you for
Oh.
joining
Thanks
us
for watching,
to the
dude.
west.
Bye, I'm
Did
Xander.
they
Have a good
talk?
time.
Yeah, they did. Yep, we'll probably be back next week if you want to join us.
At 2:30.
At 2:30 a.m.
Or
Yeah,
you
you
can
can
catch
just
the YouTube.
follow.
Yes, we have a
bell,
YouTube
ring the
channel as
bell,
well.
It'll tell you when it happens.
Yeah, we have a bell, don't we?
Like and hit that
Uh,
subscribe
I don't
button.
know.
Well, you probably know it better than we do, but you got this.
Anyway.
Anyway, have a good
So then I
night.
pass the speech
Thank you so much
over.
for stopping in.
For Wi-Fi, I specifically make
Okay,
Twitter.
Barrett's section of the speech.
Barrett's section is the gist of it is that he goes on to say, hey, I left the Isles for this reason, just like a whole lot of you. And yes, it sucked over there, but we were able to start over new here. And then now these people are coming over to try to take that away from us.
Mhm.
Try to bring the old drama and the old corruption and politics from the Isles over to this new life that they had all gotten for themselves.
Mm.
And that they should stop thinking of themselves as Morlians and Bristolians and all these other people, and just focus on being the new people that they are in Pandacia.
Mm-hmm.
And also, he talked about how his good friend was murdered, and that he talked about kind of his friendship with Kenrick and how Kenrick brought him over.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I finished by talking about how they need to look for themselves and see what's going on with the espionage war. That I can't prove that for them, but that they gotta look and they gotta make the choice of whether they're going to let themselves be manipulated into this war, into giving up the things that they found, or whether they're going to stand up to that and on the world stage for the first time declared out what it means to be Pandician is to keep that better life. And then I introduced Leo.
You would hear a couple seconds of silence after that. Hope you'll excuse me. It's been a little while since I've spoken to so many people before, and I've never really been on the radio before. I don't know if any of you know me, but I was essentially the speaker for an organization dedicated to trying to right the wrongs of this world through what the void could bring. The goal was for me to become an outsider, and believe it or not, I actually got what I wanted. I was the outsider known as the diplomat. I've heard that not many of you actually knew about all the outsiders, but I actually was one, and I was devoid of personality and had no volition and was just stuck in it. But I was once a very starry-eyed individual who thought that through the power of the void we could make things right by advancing and raising those who are lower to a position of higher stature. But today we face a challenge from an organization that wants to use the same method, the void, but to accomplish something else. They want to put anyone who they deem as not fitting within their standards, within their perfect society, as worthless. And they want to use the void, as Heisel just said, as a calling. They want to get rid of people in this world that can't face that. I have news for you. Though some of us can at least stare at it for a little longer, even those of us with the strongest temperament, myself included, can stand the void. It is... I'm not trying to give validation to the messages of the Abbey of old, but it is a cold place. I'm sure there's a lot more discovery we need to do on the void. But all I know is right now, it's not worth chasing, and it's not worth weaponizing for the use of bringing war to Pandicea. Pandicea is new to me. I'd never been before, but as far as I've seen it so far, it's been a very strong embodiment of separation from the corruption and the warmongering of the Isles. So hold on to that. That's something, as Hansel said, that's worth fighting for. Or in this case, not fighting for. Thank you for your time. Wow, and that was something I did not expect at 10 a.m. here at Frequency 70. That is certainly interesting, but what can we say? We've got some favors pulled, but we'll definitely be looking into this one, especially into the murder, the alleged murder of Maxim Kenrick. It's a very big deal here, folks. But you'll know that we'll definitely actually do some investigation into it. I believe we have a representative in Bryanton right now, so we'll see if we can get any answers from her. And we'll be back at 3 o'clock. We will see you then. And Jennifer Casey just says, "Oh, shoot. Well, I suppose I need to..." she's not Southern.
You're thinking Ellison.
I'm thinking Ellison. Sounds like I got another story to write. I'm going to visit your friends.
And you could bring a +1.
Why not?
You bring a +2. Maybe one.
Considering you're framed still,
Mm.
maybe not.
You need to pass a message, Seth? Is there anything to say to them?
Tell Leah stop being on my back. I'm a grown man. And tell stinking Anton that I'm coming for him, brother. Don't actually say any of that. I'm good.
And I told him you said all of that.
Huh?
And I
No.
told him you said all of that.
Don't do that. He said not to do that.
Message recorded in my mind.
That's not how that works.
Steel trust.
So edited. It's so easily to edit that.
And of this, Oral says, is it a bad time to tell you that Investigator Barrett put a tracker on you?
No.
I'm
totally
kidding.
fine with that.
Sorry, you said you wanted him off your back, and a lot of tracker humor.
No.
No, I see what you were going for there.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah, no, that's reasonable.
Thanks.
I got that.
Good to know.
I could have gotten kidnapped. Man, he's such a caring person. I'm so glad that he has a lookout for my back. Actually, you let him know that. But I'm so appreciative that he cares about my safety.
I'll edit to the get off my case dad message.
Yeah, do that.
Speaking of Dad, you were waking up.
Wait, did you say Dad? Dad got my case message?
Okay. I do believe you were in the same cell block as Anton because you don't have void powers.
How close
Anton,
to
do you different cells?
Different cells.
But
We see
across-
each other.
You can see each other, but there is like a corridor in between you two, so it's not like adjacent cells where you can like.
It's like across from each other.
Yeah, across from each other. Levi, do you want Anton to wake him up, or do you want him to just wake up on his own accord?
Anton's not going to specifically wake him up. The only thing Anton's going to do is he's going to like tell the person playing the music box, you know, I don't know if you've heard him play before, but you're actually supposed to play it faster.
It's in a different room. You can't talk to that person.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, but sound travels between the two places.
That's the funny thing. It's actually not that much. It is played nearby, but you don't hear it that much. But your powers are still very nullified. It is a literally just vicinity thing. It's not a sound thing.
Never mind.
Yep.
I guess
Sorry.
I can't tell him that.
Yep.
I was just gonna bug him.
Yep.
Anyway, Anton's not gonna wake him up specifically.
Okay.
He's gonna be watching.
Hey, you finally awake. But you do wake up.
Barrett just kind of he's slowly just kind of waking up, looking kind of confused where he is for a second before he remembers, and then he just kind of sits up and then scoots over against the cell wall and just sits there and looks down.
All right. At about this time, Head Watchman Phillips would enter the cell block. Well, look who's awake. You have brought a very eventful night here. Regardless of what's happening, it's good to see you again, Lee. And don't worry, I believe your case completely. We're going to inspect it, obviously. But if I had my way, you'd be out immediately.
Barrett doesn't say anything and doesn't look at him.
Where'd your beard go?
I was just about to ask that.
I swear it wasn't like that.
I don't think the mustache is a good look, Lee.
What time is it?
Not quite time to get executed.
Your execution was supposed to be right now. Postponed.
That's good news.
There have been some concerning discrepancies. Discrepancies? Discrepancies. In the old case. That being said, it's very hard for Kenrick's private enforcers
to just let go and believe that Pelkins was behind it all. That being said, it certainly doesn't seem like you all. In fact, I just heard a very good radio speech. It was rather convincing.
Glad to hear it. You know, the void really isn't a nice place.
Obviously. What makes you say that? Planning on jumping in or doing something like that?
Got stuck there for a little bit longer than I meant to. Maybe understand someone else's situation.
Well, you know, gotta do what you gotta do.
I didn't have to do it. Failed what I was trying to do in the first place. So I didn't have to do it at all.
Well, that's fine. You're not dying today.
Yeah, but we all might be pretty soon.
That can be said about everyone. Now, can it?
Now I can.
Well, listen. We need to take joy in the simple pleasures. Like the fact that you still get a last meal. Even though you're not going to be executed.
So a meal?
Yes. You're getting...
That's not a last one.
You would see
Depending
him
on who kills
go
me
into the
first.
other room and come out with 2 platters of just eggs and bacon on it,
Not that bad.
and one of the beverages is orange juice. Not for, I swear, it's just orange juice or tangerine juice or whatever they have in the Dishonored universe. And Anton, as he would set your platter down, essentially sliding it underneath the bars. There's a little bit of for small stuff to slide under. You would also slide a beverage. Star's spiritual solution your way.
That's biggest irony. Why would you
Oh,
say
I just want to be accommodating here. I'm gonna go try and see if I can get any better ambiance.
And
Yeah, prison ambiance isn't what I would have expected.
I'll go get some candles.
after about a minute, you can feel it like a switch. Your powers are no longer nullified.
How far am I from Lee? Is he like next one over?
He is
Do
across.
we share a wall?
You don't share a wall, unfortunately.
What did that much soda come out of the one can?
Magic.
It was like here, and then I looked back and you.
I saw it drip, and then I looked back and it's up there.
Did you use 2 cans?
No.
void magic.
What?
It's just
He's
this
doing
one.
this multiply
It's Star's
thing.
spiritual solution.
It's just this one, and I'm not convinced that it's all out. But like,
I do
But you got that much out of the one can?
picture it having the
I think
same
you just got
kind
very
of
cheap
phase.
glasses. Not cheap glasses. Like the glasses that because they do that, they disguise how much is
Well, they
in there.
taper.
Yeah.
But they get larger as they go higher, though.
Yeah.
And like, it's definitely bigger than the can is.
Well,
Yeah.
for comparison to people.
What?
Okay. What?
It was dripping. It was literally dripping at first.
Well, I did squeeze it out. So
But you would think.
okay, let's get back to the oh my gosh, the guy is about to break us all
I
out.
just feel like that's a 14 ounce or 16 ounce glass, and you put 12
Well, because we
ounces
just
in it,
started
and
talking
it's
about
like
void
full.
powers mean really drinks.
Oh, they do a good job.
Okay.
There's a second can. There's definitely a second can.
No. This.
Josh, where's the second can?
It's on stream. If
We're about
you
to
can
Josh
see
had
it.
it in his mouth.
We
and
have it in
he
stream.
crunched it between his teeth while we were
Alright.
What do
looking.
you think
We're
we just
about
throw
to
back to a
escape.
meal? I told that story the other day and already said it. Everyone was
He
in
ate the
stitches.
Oh, the putting it in your mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was really funny because it was like, I
Just
have
pour into a
a
glass.
great
Spencer.
way to
No, I'm good.
demonstrate what I mean. And it was like,
Oh.
this is taking long.
Oh wait, I'm gonna do something very posh, actually.
Wine Is there any more sodas left?
Okay, what's funny is
That
that
might
he
be-
also asked for a pencil, and I gave it to him with my spin on it. So like 2 things. That's 2 things.
I got this from the freezer.
Oh yeah, chill.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot you did that.
It's really nice.
Now
You
watch
know,
that like
something
fill up
hot
the
in
whole
there.
glass.
It's gonna do more.
You should definitely pour something boiling hot in that glass.
Ooh. Steamy.
Like a just
Really
tea.
have to make
There's
sure.
still more. I just don't want to overflow
Oh.
I
figured with
Maybe
extras.
Phillips?
magic with
Well.
soda, ladies and gentlemen.
So, fun fact,
Well, how are we escaping?
it. Our next campaign will actually be Dishonored, but instead of the void, it's the soda dimension. And every power is based on
Boy,
soda.
I don't know. Do you have like
So-
boy points?
It's like Crown of Candy, but instead it's
No.
like food.
You don't?
Yes.
I
Dishonored.
might have one.
Donuts.
Dishonored and
Last
donuts?
time was
Dun,
that one
dun,
where I
dun,
could
dun,
fill
dun. It's
up
just
all
like
of the stuff.
like a
I had
donut
one
that's
boy.
come alive, but it's also wearing the mask.
I'm terrified of Corvo
I don't know
donut.
what the timing
No
is,
thanks.
but Casey
No,
and I
Corvo
think
donut
we
isn't
can
real. He can't hurt
Corvo donut.
help.
you. Waking up middle of the
I know,
night, your
I'm hoping
brain.
something
Hey,
happens.
hey,
I don't know.
Corvo donut.
Anton
If it's
Sokolov
just that
made
I've got
this
extra
donut.
spiritual solutions so you can keep trying or
There's a
something.
hole now in my heart from my wife dying.
No, it's like the plot.
I mean, I mean, the Empress dying. The Empress dying. We're not. We're not.
Have you guys seen Everything Everywhere All at Once?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, I know the
Everything on
Everything
everything,
on a
bagel,
donut?
And that's
The everything
literally
bagel.
the whole
For all
plot.
the
Is
eggs.
that
Yep.
there's too much stuff on a bagel.
Okay. Jailbirds. What are you doing?
I'm gonna like speed eat my food. Now that I know I'm not dying.
First things first.
Insert Minecraft.
I unfortunately decided that since I was dying now that I wouldn't sleep. Something that I hold to. It happened. That's
gonna
not
take
gonna
a nap.
benefit anything here. Eat my food, and then I'm going to attempt to sort of transmute the lock into
a bagel.
eggs.
Souls of the innocent.
Oh, bagel.
Well, wait, if you turn it into eggs, you can just put it on your plate and then they would never know where to lock it.
Oh, I never ate his last bit. Where's the lock?
Will I be able to turn the lock into eggs? That's very surrealist.
That's great, Anton.
Can I turn it to sand?
What's the description of your power?
I don't remember.
Okay.
It's gotta be
Sorry.
somewhere in your Discord chat.
Yeah.
I'm sure, but where?
Just look up Brush in the Dark, because it's the same feature, but
You're right. That's yes.
I just want to know if there should be a check related
And
to
there's
it.
also an AU where
There is if it's a
he
person.
goes like crazy and he's
Aw.
like, half the world needs to die, and everyone turns.
M.
half
Sander
food
M
into
is now
sand.
following us.
Whoa!
Thank you, M. Sander.
That's so great.
Nice. We need to like. Oh, also, M. Sander, if you're watching this,
He's
and
asleep.
like
He's-
the record,
yeah.
I know.
It's like, now it's like,
Like if he looks it back once it's
36.
recorded, we are on YouTube as. Can we let him know?
Yeah.
It,
Crimson Corsair, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You can look in
Games?
up Dishonored,
To the west.
The West.
Dishonored,
It'll
RPG.
show up.
RPG,
Okay.
and you should find us. I've
Yeah.
looked it up, so it's possible.
it doesn't.
There's like a
give-
little red thing with like a little mask. It's like a little bird mask.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
your logo?
Yeah.
You have a link to your YouTube channel.
Yeah, it should be on my my Twitch
Yeah.
channel.
So you can go back and see some of them. There's a few
Yes.
that are lost.
I would just read through the episode summaries on the wiki, which are mostly
Like,
on
that
the
is
wiki.
better.
Yeah.
Because
I
that was
wanna give
like
them
a lot
spoilers.
last time.
So it doesn't specifically give it any information about checks. However, you did make it where there was a check for attacking someone. So it would make sense if there was a check to change
something. Yeah. I will say this is a tinker. I will allow painting focus. honestly, whatever what focus or style would you want?
Swiftly.
You want to escape prison. This can
Yes.
be
I do.
difficulty of just 1, actually. Yeah. What's the mana cost for this?
2.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure you're keeping track of it.
And is my mana currently full?
Yes, it is.
Awesome.
Bad roll.
See this?
Oh, buddy. Try rolling different dice. These ones are both on 4s
Okay.
right now. That's good luck. Roll these.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so I got a complication, but I did get a success. Only because I am very good at this sort of check. Because I rolled a 16 and a 20.
Okay.
It's almost like this is your thing.
I know.
Yes.
I still rolled a
He
complication.
trips.
No.
I trip and fall through the lock.
You are just so excited to have your powers back, and you start to just paint this. You aren't as precise as you should be as you're painting this thing into sand. As you're seeing it before your eyes,
Oh my gosh, it's all good.
the reinforced steel or iron, I don't know what metals they have,
Probably
just
steel.
almost disintegrating and just forming into sand, and you're like, ah. And at one point you would realize you actually just took out some of the supports to the wall, and just the entire, or not the entire thing, but a chunk of a part of the bars just and just
Oh.
clangs right in front of you.
Go.
What was that?
Over to Lee.
You have 1 turn before an enforcer will
Oh,
enter the
buddy.
room.
I got 2 successes
To do what?
the same thing to Lee's cell.
But can't you just put a portal like between the two of you so you can each dive in?
I
How
can,
big are
But too
portals?
late for that. He made
if
the
I
roll.
start failing, this does not affect how many times I can attempt the portal thing, and Lee will be
Okay.
open.
Alright.
Alright. Okay.
Oh boy.
All right.
And
So, Lee Barrett, a hole in the. Were you just trying to get the lock, or
Yeah.
like discern it?
For
Okay.
the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I was trying to be a little more precise this time.
Okay. Yeah.
And I have the star's spiritual solution with me.
Yes. All right. So, the gate is unlocked, and you see an enforcer just enter the door with a. Doesn't have anything. He's just inspecting the noise at this point, but he sees you all escaping and slowly starts drawing his pistol. Roll a move quickly check, everyone.
Barrett's just
Goodness.
sitting on the Barrett's just sitting on the cell floor still.
On the what?
He's still sitting on the cell floor. He never
Okay.
got up.
All right. Roll a move quickly check.
He's
Yeah.
not moving.
Well,
You're
you'll
not-
still have
you're
turns
not
though, and you
moving.
can
Yeah.
decide to not
Yeah.
move on your turn if you so
Okay.
desire.
1.
2?
2.
3.
He rolls a
Actually
4.
4.
It's just this one
I was
guard.
like, I
just
have
the
a
most-
5, but I don't know.
Anton, you're going first.
Nice. I am going to try to open the portal. That's upsetting.
Just to the void or somewhere else? Oh yeah, you gotta go to the void first. Sorry.
I was gonna say, did you update my
It's
power
like
to
never
make it
mind.
better?
Travel. You have to go there, and then you go
I don't
somewhere
wanna-
else.
My boy died.
Just
It's
use
much
different
cooler.
dice for now.
I know.
No,
It's
for
just
now.
upsetting because it's a bad
Wait,
omen.
you can use
I'm
my
gonna
void
move.
dice if you want. I've got
Yeah,
2 that are kind of voidy.
that would be great. It's a good thing that one rolled.
It's okay, it rolled out.
Okay. And I'm doing this fast.
See? What did I tell you?
Okay. 3 successes.
Bam. Did you use any momentum dice on that?
No.
You get 1 point of momentum.
Am I better at the
Do?
thing? Okay.
A portal to the void opens. Where? On the floor? On where are you putting it?
Next to Lee.
On the
Because-
floor? Or like?
If I put it on the
Doorway
floor,
or, like,
do I know
hole?
if that's going to yeet us into the void and start falling? Or do some weird thing where we go whoa, up onto...
You don't know.
Then I'm putting it, like, on the wall nearly.
Where he's leaning.
Good.
Yes, I'm putting it on the wall where Lee is leaning because he
Okay.
hasn't moved, and we're going fast.
All right, Lee. I know this is out of turn, but please roll a move quickly.
What am I trying to do?
Not trip. You're falling into the void, but are you going to keep your footing?
You got a critical success.
Okay. You don't even have to go into the void portal with that. You're good. No momentum for that though. A 1 would have made you just like kind of fall, but not like on your back or anything into the void. You would have like stumbled a little bit, but not totally fallen. And 2 would mean you going into the portal or not.
He just looks back and then looks back at Anton and just waits.
Anton, it is still
It's
technically
not
your
his
turn. Yeah, you going in?
I'm pushing him in and following.
Tackling him.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
in a sense.
pushing someone will be a major action. So you can move in, but you cannot push him in.
I'm gonna okay. Then I'll move in and like grab at him to like pull him towards me
Okay.
as like a come on sort of thing.
You can't make a check to pull him in.
I know.
unfortunately. But
I'm,
maybe
I'm
next
just saying like to make it
So
clear
he just
that
runs
I
around
want
and
him
just
in.
like just trying to get his attention.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically like
Yeah.
to make it very clear that I'm wanting him to get it.
Okay. It is now the one enforcer's turn. He just sees this whole thing happening. He hasn't pointed the gun yet, but he just please come back.
Oh.
That's true.
I'm not going in there.
You shouldn't. It's bad.
Roll a survive check. Roll it. You're not in. Never mind.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Dang it.
Difficulty 2.
The void goes between me and Barrett?
Actually, difficulty of 1.
Hey,
I
you
think
definitely
I made
got
that.
at least one.
Yeah, I definitely got
Did
one.
you get 2?
What survive what?
Forcefully. I want to quickly survive this.
You still get 8, correct?
7.
7?
No.
How do you have it less than
The void?
void? Okay.
The void
Oh yeah.
Wait.
Tried to
Did
kill
you
me.
apply your void resilience focus?
He does get through at least though.
Yeah,
But it's
what's
like
my void resilience?
That was I think 1.
That's a.
You've got at least 2 or 3.
You've done it.
Is it a 4?
Yes. If anyone has the highest void resilience, it's probably the person who has been opening the portals every single time.
Okay.
Not everyone has gone into the portals, but Anton has.
Okay.
Anton has gone into the portals every single time because he's opened them.
I got
I'm
2
pretty
successes.
sure everyone else has 3 and I've got 2 or something.
Oh, really? You've got 3.
Looks like
We'll keep it
Robert.
even.
Oh,
Wow.
nice. I can make
Score.
my thing better.
You
2
have 4
successes
now.
then.
Be thankful.
I am thankful.
You're a kind and merciful DM.
Yay! We're better at something.
So hey, momentum.
Do I get a momentum?
You said it was a
This is
difficult
all for a momentum? You got a 3.
Yes!
3. You have a 3.
You busted me back?
Yeah. Wait, you're not going insane. Wait, did you need?
Not presently.
You made him
He
roll
rolled-
this
okay.
check.
So he rolled a 7 and an 11. The
Yeah.
7 passes.
5,
Or, no,
yes.
I'm sorry, 5 and 11. The 5 passes. He's got.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
he was trying to figure out.
I
if he
wanted to
got-
fudge you in to make this work, yes. But I didn't want to fudge you in to make. I think it would be an apt time to increase the void resilience focus, anyways. But
now
I
he
just
did
thought
what
you were
they
doing
were
this
fudging.
just to get extra momentum, and I was getting salty.
That's
So-
fine.
Yeah, you're. You have a void resilience focus of 4.
So do I get
True
momentum?
DM confessions.
Yes.
Okay. Fought hard for that momentum.
Wait. How many successes total?
2?
Difficulty was.
1. That's what you
No,
said.
it was 2.
It was 2.
What was?
You
It's
said
been
one.
No,
You said
I
1,
I changed it to 1 because you've done this a lot now.
but that's also what the focus is.
Okay. I just
Okay.
won't take momentum.
Take your momentum.
Okay. I'm just moving this one die back.
Yeah. I'm glad you didn't ask
we're
why
really
at the
bad
beginning
players.
of the session.
It's-
Okay. It is still the enforcer's turn. Are you guys reacting to what he says at all?
Barrett's just staring at him. It's not his turn yet.
Barrett says nothing before it's not his turn.
He's gonna shoot Anton.
If I see him pointing the gun at me, I'm gonna be like, well, the void's gonna kind of take over everything and kill you in a few days, so I'm trying to stop that. And it's fine if he still tries to shoot me.
Roll a quick, and I mean quick, talk, persuasion, quickly.
I don't have a focus in persuasion.
That's
Though.
still great though.
It's 2 successes.
2 and a 3. It was pretty cool.
2 good successes.
This is above my pay grade. And he just pushes the pistol.
I mean,
Don't.
when someone
is going
opens
to
up,
get me
when your
fired.
void prisoner
I'm trying
opens
to
up a
save
void
the world.
portal, rip the wall down, and you just come
Whatever.
in, you're like,
I'm not paying
can I
you.
do anything in this situation?
This is why I like having human characters and not like monster that wants to eat everything. You know, it's just like this guy's.
Sometimes you
wants a
just see
paycheck.
stuff. One of the best parts in Batman animated series, one guy just comes in, sees Batman, he's like one of the goons, and he's just like,
Yep.
shut, close it, and they're like, did you see anything? Nope, nothing here. He's like, nope, nope, nope,
Yeah.
nope.
It's so bad.
He's like, I'm leaving. I know how this goes.
Okay. Lee Barrett, what are you doing? Portal's open.
And
You
I'm
can't
like
maintain it forever.
lightly tugging on your sleeve or
He
something.
looks at the portal and then he looks back. And then after a moment of hesitation, he walks through the portal.
All right.
Roll
Roll a survive
close.
check.
Right.
Forcefully. Void resilience focus of 3.
They're gonna be
One.
so confused. They're like,
One success.
Yeah, when they grow up, I'm gonna
One
kick
success.
my-
Yeah.
What?
Just make it. Difficulty was 1. You're in the void.
Okay. I want to not be in the void. If that's okay.
Where do you want to go?
Oh, shoot. I have no idea.
What happened before
I
you
didn't
got
get this far.
captured? Oh yeah, you got captured.
I was trying to.
You could ask Barrett.
Trying to get the painting.
You're trying to get the painting. We had all just hopped out. It was at what's her name's house. Chu's house. You could ask Barrett.
Oh, yeah, because
That makes
I was. Because he was there.
Because he was trying to.
So
break
clearly
you
they
out.
left.
So you knew. You know.
Where do I go? Where should we go? Where are we going? Give me a place. Anywhere.
The dock.
Okay.
The sewer by the dock.
I don't think that works. It's so close, though, actually.
I like how there's this slight tension of we need to get out of the void
I
before
want to
like.
use my momentum.
Before you find us.
Before,
Can
That-
I use
oh,
my
that's
momentum because I
true.
forgot I had it?
but also like we like the very long clock of
I'll allow it.
before he runs out of momentum.
Just don't
and,
forget
you know,
to
we
keep track
get
of it in the
stuck here,
future.
But also
Okay.
the other guy.
Now it's 3 successes, and I used momentum.
Okay. You said how many successes?
3.
Okay. Did you roll critical?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Nice. All right. You're going to honestly with a 3, you would get straight to the sewers by the dock, right where you need to be.
So they're gonna step out.
Get out.
Barrett's gonna look around the corner for the guard who's watching for people peeing.
Roll a perception check.
Which Anton does not.
1 success.
Yeah. This is very close to. In fact, this is at where you entered the sewers. So you would actually see the docks watchman, who is not an enforcer, talking to an enforcer.
Can you hear what
No,
he's saying?
this is 5 hours later. They wouldn't be like, okay, here's the situation. Some guy came onto my property, and talking about it for hours.
But they could.
They could, but they're
not.
they're still people. They have things to do. With the 1, you would see the airship, the Requite, and you would see a few enforcers around, but it doesn't seem like it would be incredibly hard to sneak. It seems to be they're all kind of talking amongst themselves. Everyone can know something big's going on.
There's a bunch of like people out on the docks, right?
Correct.
Like refugees and stuff.
That's right.
He's gonna wave his hand, and then he's just gonna try to sneak out.
I'll follow him. Move quietly checks, I assume.
Yes.
A critical success and a complication.
That's funny.
One success.
One. As you're leaving, you're focusing on the enforcers. Who, getting closer to them, you can definitely tell that it's. Everybody just knows that something big's going to go down. That radio speech just happened. A bunch of them were talking about it. And you're kind of focused on, okay, those are the people that really arrest me. Let's just focus on avoiding being seen by them. Complication would be,
Hey, you! You're back! What are you doing here?
I had to go again.
Just get out of here!
All right, I'm leaving.
oh wait, I think this guy was actually British. Well, leave and don't ever come back again.
I won't.
Or make a persuasion check. You will.
That was pretty quick on my feet. Can I use swiftly for that?
No.
Boldly.
You need a recovery check. But I did it fast.
But I did it smart.
Yeah. 1.
One.
Yep.
This is a superficial check. I don't believe you, but just leave. Go. Get. This is my dock, not some public washroom.
I'll find another one then.
You still have to go.
I will in an hour or two.
This is inane. Leave.
Come on.
Okay. Yes, you get to Sybil Hastings' airship. And inside you would see a very eclectic band of people.
Would Casey and I have left yet?
I will say no, for the sake of simplicity.
Bless.
You're on the
Bless
prison.
you.
Where's Anton? I don't know. There's Sam.
You walk in, Casey's like, so where are those guys in prison? And they're
They
like,
evaporated.
what guys in prison?
What guys
Also,
in
you
prison?
must know what happened.
His eggs.
We can't find
you
the
hear
lock.
The lock is
No,
sand.
you already use
Oh, the bacon. Oh, do you eat the bacon?
Oh no.
I didn't mind.
He literally got that for you guys, and now it's
It was
covered in
like-
sand. He's like,
It's like I'm gonna eat this real quick.
Yeah, good food.
Wow.
It's good to see both of you.
Welcome back. How was prison?
Dad looks
That's
up
lovely.
because he's like writing. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank goodness.
He was very worried about both of you.
All right, there you go.
How did you guys
Goes
manage?
over, he hugs
I kinda-
Anton, he goes
so
over,
Phillips-
he hugs Lee, he goes over, he hugs Heisel, he goes over, he finds someone else, he
Phillips-
kind of starts going around the room.
Phillips helped. He kind of had them turn the music box off, and so I turned the locks to sand and got us out of there. And the guy was gonna
He
kind of
did that.
shoot us, but I told him something. I'm
Whoa,
not
whoa,
sure
whoa,
if you
whoa,
know.
whoa! What do you
but
mean turn
You
them
do
to
realize
sand?
that the
Sad
void's
comes
gonna
down,
like be here really soon, right?
Yes, I'm
Like
aware.
really soon. Like the thing that I was trying to do that I got in prison for is find a painting that he used to
That he
find,
is now using to go to a set of ruins near Fort Feeder.
and that ruin is bad news. It's something that was messed with by ancient Pandicians, and it
That can open
was
up a
bad
tear
news
in the
for
void
them.
big enough to send an airship through, which they're going
An
to use
airship?
to go try to kill the marksmen and the pugilists as they're launching an attack on
Just them?
Panoply.
What about the rest?
The rest of them are launching an attack on Panoply.
The rest of the outsiders?
The rest of them are either out or dead.
Oh.
Hmm.
Well, that's the only thing in between that and everything happening, I think. So I kind of
Yeah.
monumentally sped up the process by failing to go get that painting, and by not.
Is that why you
saving-
ran off?
Yes.
Without telling anyone?
Yeah, I didn't have time, and apparently I was already too late by the time I got there.
We need to get you a radio.
Well, it's not like I would have taken the time. By the time I got there, I was already too late, and now the entire thing is going to happen in who knows how short a time. And Graves is dead for nothing.
We've got an idea. It's about half an idea.
What is it?
Sybil thinks that if we go into the void, we can use the Hastings device to track down the signals of the remaining two outsiders.
Do we know their names?
I'm not saying we can free them ourselves. I'm saying we know where they'll be headed.
That doesn't help. What are we going to do if they have an entire airship in the void and we're like 3 people in the void, which
That's
is
the half
already a
of the
bad
plan we
place to
don't
be?
have yet.
And I'm still going insane every time I go to the void, even for a little bit, just because it's a bad
I've
place
got
to
this.
be.
It'll be alright.
You
And
can't
that's
do
it, that's
anything
it for a
to
long
him.
period of time?
Mm-hmm.
You sure you don't have any of that other stuff?
Heisel, you can't do anything to him in the void.
Well, that's where our plan was hopefully gonna come to fruition.
How do we have time? We would have to finish that now and get in there now.
We finished the shrine.
The shrine.
Do you have more of the stuff? Or are we gonna have to try with
Maybe.
her thing?
I shot him 5 or 6 times. Nothing happened except he's changed.
More than
Okay.
a little bit more powerful than I am.
I have an idea for that. So the final part of the ritual would be some kind of knife.
I'll do the ritual.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess I can spill the beans on this.
New outsider talent.
So we give
it's gonna be
Talon the
puppeted
very
in.
thing that he doesn't want to be one of those puppet outsiders.
So like Leo changed personality, Talvin would too. He'd kind of be a puppet of the void, couldn't do anything by himself.
I know
He'd
the
kind of ruin the pervasions.
I have the ritual from the original outsider. So it would be essentially a return to form, and he would be like I was.
And we can switchy him once he's kind
We'd
of
have to
proven
figure out-
to everyone that everything he believes.
How are you gonna get him
What do you
off
mean
task?
switchy?
Meaning, like, if you're worrying about, if anyone's worrying about keeping him there, like,
We need to keep him there.
I know. I mean, like,
I mean, if he's not himself anymore, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right.
We're gonna
It's a
make
prison.
him more powerful.
It matters that he stays.
Why?
Because it won't be him anymore.
It's not him being powerful, it's the void being powerful through him.
Correct.
He's a vessel.
Did you
like
talk
Leo
to
was.
old outsider? He's not in control.
Theoretically,
None of
if
the outsiders
Talvin's
are
in
in
control
control.
now, and he's not some sort of void controlled thing,
And even if
he
we
would
just
become one.
kill him, that pervasion could make some sort of martyr out of him. But this is literally the antithesis of
This
what he
destroys
believes.
everything that he is.
Yeah.
And we kick the can further down the road for more conflict over the void in the future.
Well, we disable an entire organization because they no one to look up to. The one person they were looking up to did the one thing he said he'd never do.
The
one thing he
pervasion
wanted
is
to
the
free him
latest
from.
in a long line of organizations and individuals who've tried to abuse the void.
And they're the pressing threat right now.
It's not
Maybe
like we
there's a
have
different
any
long-term
way to
threat.
fix it forever. But this is now. This is like as soon as he finds them. If they have a way to track them down, I don't know that it wouldn't be in hours.
So we deal with this first, and
How
then
are
we
you gonna-
try to do something different.
How are you going to knock him off the task of killing all the outsiders just to bring him to a place that he has no particular reason to be?
This experiment of yours isn't mobile.
Did you have any other
It's
plans or
carved in
stuff?
the void.
Why don't we put it in the location of one of the remaining outsiders?
That's what I was thinking.
Then what do? Strap him to a table?
Do we have any
He's
other
got
All
plans?
backup.
we need to do, we just need to get him to the shrine. Say the correct phrase.
Is it fast?
Yeah.
What's the
If we all
phrase?
knew the phrase, could any of us do it?
Well, it's about like 3 sentences.
If all of us knew the phrase, then could any one of us that happened to be open?
I'm open
Do
for
it.
either me or Heisel saying it. I'm not teaching the rest of you this.
It should be at least more than one of us.
Teach her
Yeah.
so that if you're busy with something, or if she's busy with something, someone else can do it.
Then we got a backup. We got redundancy.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Won't have a lot of time, I'm sure. They have backup. I'm sure we're going to need people just trying to give us the time.
Yeah.
And that's if we don't all die doing it.
We're also gonna have to take care of Snatch and Lysander.
What's Lysander got to do with this?
Snatch and Lysander are high up on the totem pole. They're helping remove the outsiders.
is Lysander going to be able to do anything good? He's not much of a fight
He's a
person.
marked
I'm more worried
individual.
about Snatch than I am about Lysander, really.
Snatch could kill any one of us probably pretty quick. Me, maybe
And
with
he's
one
received
smack.
upgrades from Atlee.
Oh. Thank
Is
God.
Atlee alive?
You killed him already.
Yes and no.
If that was how he was
Seems like it
before,
wasn't as
is it the
permanent.
same as it was?
What do you mean?
He wasn't super alive before. He was kind of like trying to cheat death. Not that all of his creations weren't also kind of involved with trying to cheat death, but he himself was kind
He's a
of trying to cheat
vegetable
death.
now.
So how's he doing anything?
He's not.
He did this before.
He was supposed to do more to Snatch, but he was indisposed.
How do we kill him?
He probably did something right with that, by the way. Gotta creep me out.
So Snatch is more deadly than he was before,
That's right.
when he basically killed Barrett.
I'm
That's
right
true.
there.
Yeah, but you were basically dead. I mean, now there's two people who are only alive because they've got some kind of weird mystical void artifact in their chest from somebody that no one really knows all that much about.
From what Dinas has said, it seems like Snatch is mostly impervious to physical damage. What do you think he wouldn't be impervious to is a quick tumble over the side of a void rock? If
That's
we can
easier.
distract Talvin long enough so that he won't move the void to accommodate, it
How
might be a
can
good
a void,
idea.
how can a void rock hurt him?
Well, what I'm saying is we push him at the side. He falls forever.
We
I don't
start.
know that anyone has any sort of ability to distract Talvin by anything other than giving him what he
I
wants or
like to
something
think that
like
this
that.
plan would distract Talvin. If we're trying to make him into an outsider.
It would distract him, but if he has to be on a table, it's not like he wouldn't be trying to stop that from happening.
Where do we need to get him and how do we need to get him? LG?
Did you guys?
Okay, so we
talk
just
about-
need him on this like void right tap, shrine is probably the wrong word. Ritual slab. Yeah.
Is it going to be very obvious it's the slab?
Yeah. What if we make it
It's a
obvious?
Slab of stone. He's gonna know about the
Yeah.
outsider ritual, I'm sure.
What if we put some bait on it? AKA
Like what? Cheese?
Yes,
Anton, not
cheese.
now.
No.
What does he want that's on a slab?
To stop people from doing this again. He wants people to stop being outsiders. If we put someone else on the slab who is not going to actually be an outsider, but just to convince him that we're trying to make someone else, he'll have to try and stop us in the process. If he sees us trying to make another outsider, he'll have to divert from, just trying to stop. Like, if you were on the slab, and I'm holding the knife above you, or something like that,
I'll be
he's
on
going to
the
be
slab.
like, they're trying to a duel that I fought for.
Wait,
I'll be on the slab. I'm not gonna be much help in a fight
It won't-
anyway.
it won't be you.
Why not?
Would they really buy that you would be an outsider?
Yeah.
I think he's probably one of the more plausible of us.
Thought about the possibility, honestly. He's trying to ruin the void.
They're just
I'll
gonna
agree.
look over
Putting
at,
someone
they're just gonna look
kneeling
over
there.
at Heisel.
Fix it.
You've been. I think it'd be much more convincing if you were plausibly being sought to replace the diplomat.
I'm willing to consider it. But I think Lysander might know me a little too well for that. He knows that's not what I want in the end.
Besides, whoever's gonna be there is gonna be a target. Probably.
Mm.
One of the easiest ways to stop someone from making an outsider with the ritual, I would imagine, is just killing them. Talvin is not opposed to killing people.
I'd be down to do it too.
You would be more help in a fight.
Here's
I know.
the thing, though. I think
Don't
that
wanna just
if you
lay in
kill
there.
someone with especially with Voidrite Stone on the slab with the correct phrase, I believe that was actually how the ritual is supposed to be conducted.
So you're saying even if Talvin does kill him, he'll just ascend?
Yeah,
So he wouldn't try to kill whoever's on there?
right. But he would try to get them off the slab, stop the person with the knife.
Couldn't he just manipulate Voidrite to knock them off? Or manipulate the slab to be something else?
Ah, yeah, that's
How are we
new.
going to protect the slab? Is there some way that we can use a ritual to protect the slab and make it impossible for him to touch it?
Did you guys have any other plans for dealing with Talvin?
Not
We-
specifically. He's really hard to deal with.
I know,
Okay,
but
I
like,
will
did-
say
He
that
I
can
think,
freely manipulate the void in ways that I can't even close to try.
I know,
I
but
shot
like,
him.
so could like Copperspoon, and they took care of her somehow.
He's not physically vulnerable, but
We
she's
trapped her in a
staggered
painting.
him.
How'd
I
you do
thought
that?
about that, but that's it. You
What
said
would you
it
need?
requires human bones, right?
What are you talking about?
The copper spoon thing.
Oh, yeah. Yes, yeah, that's a bone thing.
We're
I
not
mean,
going to
we
use
could get
human
bones.
bones.
I don't know. That's not. See, my.
From where? Great Robin?
I don't know. I mean, it's badges and risking all of our lives on a half-baked chance we haven't thought out yet.
I'm not willing to go Great Robin.
He would also see through that, and also that whole ritual is incredibly volatile. I would say avoid that one. And also, he's familiar with it.
That's unfortunate.
The whole thing that we need to do is.
So he's going to be familiar with whatever we're doing.
Yes,
We
but
just
we
have
need
to
to play
plan
off
better.
that. Right.
We need to misdirect him.
Yeah. In
He's
fact, if he
familiar.
thinks that we're doing something familiar, aka making someone an outsider, he wouldn't be too surprised. But he
Yeah,
wouldn't see the
suspicious.
surprise thing coming. So what about just
Doesn't he know that he can just kill the outsiders? If we made an outsider, wouldn't he think that he could just kill this one too?
sure, but it just takes more time. It's the same goal that he's
He
trying to
doesn't
solve right now.
Need.
And wouldn't it be
Time.
a little bit odd if we just happened to pop up right next to one of the existing outsiders in their path to do this?
He
I guess
doesn't
so.
feel like he needs extra time. I'm sure he feels like he wants it, but from talking to him, it sounded like he had no issue waiting, outlasting, taking his time, doing what he needs to do, and he'll do what it takes to speed it up if he can, but he's going to make it work.
He's going to play his hand sooner rather than later. I don't doubt that he could outlast us if he needed to.
We can hide the slab. Doesn't have to be incredibly visible. It just needs to have the right sigils.
He has to be on it. How is he not going to manipulate the void right all around him?
We could hide
If
it in
he's
the ground,
on the
make a little
slab.
trench around it, carve the sigils in.
He needs to be next to the outsiders he needs to kill. Put the trap right in front of him.
You have to be close.
What's
you have
that?
to be very close.
Hmm?
You have to be very close.
What do you mean close?
I mean, he's got to stab him, right?
So
we
he's,
know where he's going to be.
What
We can't
happens
just
if
bury
you
a slab
what happens if you
in
perform the
rock.
ritual with an existing outsider on the slab?
I can't possibly make
wow.
them twice
Create
the
the
outside.
I don't know.
Suppose you create a large slab, enough that it would appear just to be a platform.
Does it have to be flat? Does it matter?
No.
What if we took the entire idea and made it into an entire floating platform? Just convert whatever floating platform one of the outsiders is on
Yeah.
into an entire ritual thing.
Yeah, that can work.
We can do that.
Yeah.
If we had the symbols, he'd never know.
Yeah.
And then anywhere
That can
anyone
work.
managed to stick him with anything, he'd become an outsider.
Of course, that's a
So
little
long
bit
as they said
interesting
the
because
right
anyone
phrase.
that he tries
And
to
use
stab,
the right knife.
it has to be
It's-
that knife.
Better to turn someone into an outsider than to outright
Needs
kill
to be a
them.
void right knife.
Can we make a duplicate?
Say one person
I
was
think we
left.
can make more than one. Sure.
Say one person was left after this whole thing. If we're all outsiders, including Talon, except one person, that one person can try to free all the rest of us except him. It's better for the rest of us to have some kind of help anyway.
Which
It's
is
not-
better than the whole world burning.
It's not going to help us if Snatch tried to kill us or if we fell off the edge or if we went insane, but it's better than just outright dying because Talvin can manipulate the void however he wants to.
Sure.
Also, Seb lifts up this a little container thing. This might be helpful with that. I don't know if it works in the void. This is a music box.
Did we try that yet?
If we're doing a void ritual, what would that? How would that affect?
Well, if it works, it would cease the ritual. If it works, I have no idea what ancient music does in the void,
Mhm.
but it would stop the ritual as well.
The void sure as heck doesn't like that stuff.
Yeah. But if we need to lower him down to a level that we can deal with him and like imprison him or whatever,
It's
There's no way to
Better than-
condense a music box, is there?
To what?
To condense one, to make it into some kind of sonic emitter, something we could target.
they had speakers playing the ancient music, didn't they? in Soul
That's
Spring.
broader, that's not narrower, that's not targeted.
But doesn't that mean it doesn't matter
Right,
how
so
it
you're
sounds?
suggesting like some kind of like directed sound weapon.
Sure.
So we're just directing the ancient music towards one particular
Towards
thing
power.
rather than a radius.
Hmm.
Well, you've got yourself a music box right there.
I do.
That is, I'll tell you the truth, it's possible, but it's probably a few decades out. I've heard the idea before. It's quite interesting, but
So this isn't
I don't
this
think so.
isn't the sort of it's gonna take decades that leads to give me 36 hours. This is the kind of it's gonna take decades.
it's
gonna
gonna
take
probably
decades.
take decades.
What would a simple music box do in the void?
We don't know.
I'm sure
I've
the
never tried
idea-
that. I've never tried that. No clue.
Would it be enough to perhaps neutralize their abilities, put us on a more even playing field until we can hold them down and stick them with the knife?
Well, listen, Talvin's more than just marked.
He's in tune with the void in such a way that I don't think there's anyone else that is. You couldn't even test it on me. It wouldn't be the same. I don't draw power from the void when I'm in there. I'm not so connected to it
It's
that I
not
can
even
remove
that.
it.
It's not even void powers.
So here's the thing.
He's something totally different.
Give us-
Physically different.
Give us all void fiend knives if we have to, or I'm sorry, void red knives if we have
Yeah,
to.
fucking.
What does Void Fiend do in the void?
It's another interesting but utterly irrelevant question because we're not going to be taking void fiend. in the
Not
void.
necessarily. It alters your perception. If it would make the void easier to deal with, then it might be easier to.
Are
get
you
rid
just
of
suggesting
yourself.
just ODing him?
No, I was suggesting giving some people a little something to help with their mind. Not certain individuals, but if it helped with the perception of the void and trying to make you go insane, that'd be better than all of us trying to just hold it together and Hazel waving her staff every once in a while when she can't do everyone at once.
How many of you have taken Void Fiend before? Consistently. It
How's-
wouldn't work as an antidote, but it would kind of work as a bit of a vaccine. And this is actually something that I probably should have said a lot earlier, but because
I've been doing it every time.
You kind of have to.
it's kind of like something that would prepare you all. So I'm actually going to say that you two have. I did just increase yours, so I'm gonna increase it again. You have a void resilience focus of 5. I also have a void resilience of 4. I apologize, Sab. I just also know that if you did take Void Fiend, it didn't go well.
Yeah.
It wasn't like this positive experience that these two definitely had. It was something completely, entirely different.
It's just like a supplement I put in tea, man.
All right, we are going to end very soon, but I do need to take a quick break.
Okay.
So we will be back in just a bit.
Welcome back. So, we were in the middle of a conversation about what are you gonna do. Demas is actually going to ask, would it help anything if there was a way to get onto the pup?
The
It'll
what?
help immensely.
Well, it might be a bit too difficult for you all, but
There's what? Get on the what?
The airship, the hustler pup.
I wasn't aware of whether it was a success or not. But the Commodore has been working with Lord Talbot extensively. And once the 7 outsiders were killed, he was supposed to go some sort of a doorway on the pup to get to the Eidolon, the flagship of the Crimson Pennant, where Commodore is. Some kind of, Talvin called it a doorway to nowhere, but the intention was for it to be a permanent door to the Eidolon.
Like a void portal, but it stays.
I think so. That was the idea.
So your plan would be to go through that portal?
So you're saying if we get to the Eidolon, there'll be a door to the pup on board.
Right.
If the experiment went successfully.
Given what we've all said Talvin is capable of, doesn't seem like the craziest thing out there.
Anton's gonna have his hands kind of like behind his back, not in like a specific way, like just as a weird, like nervous, wringing his hands thing, and he's going to attempt to use Brush of the Dark to put the mark of the Daredevil back on his hand.
Okay. Tinker. Void Lore. Carefully. You gotta get it right.
I think I had like a 2 void lore. Is that sound right?
Hidden difficulties.
That's
And if you have any those things, you can use it to do stuff.
Any what?
Void points.
I know, I'm thinking about
I mean, session's almost over. It's probably worth using yours for tonight, right?
that. I'm gonna make one of these a critical, so that's 4 successes.
Okay. You reach out to the powers of the void that you do still have remaining to try and reach into your hand and bring back that connection that you once had to the void through your hand, through the Daredevil. You carefully and meticulously put every proper serif on the outsider's mark, on the Daredevil's mark. And when you're dotting the final edge, you crumple to the ground in pain. You cannot resist this. As you feel this painful, sharp chill to your very bones. You have all your powers back. All that you had when the mark was stolen. But you also feel like something was lost. And you're not quite sure what. What the void? What's wrong with him?
Anton, are you okay? Anton.
Trying something.
Is it
It's not good.
Most things that make you do that are not worth trying.
Did it work?
I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah? No. And it's yes. I don't know what happened.
What do you need?
I don't
do
know.
you need elixir?
Do you need
Where are
water?
your hands? Are you hiding them?
I brought this one out so that people can kind of see what I did. I don't. It didn't
He just marked himself.
remarked, and I don't know something. It felt like it worked, but something went wrong with it, and I don't know what.
Can you try to do something that you were able to do because of the mark earlier?
Okay. I'm gonna stand back up and try to use bolt.
Where are you going? It's a small compartment. You can weave through people to the other side of the room if you want.
Yeah.
You do it. Instantaneous. Near instantaneous.
That'll be useful.
Your mark on your hand is not the distinct black that it used to be. It looks more like a wound. It's deep red.
Like a healing sort of like gash situation, or an angry scar, or
At a closer look, I'm not going to make you roll a perception check for this. It looks like an open wound, and you can in fact see down to the bone. That looks like it hurts.
it did.
You have effectively made a corrupted bone charm of yourself.
Oh.
Oops. Well, I did think about doing that before, but
No, you actually have.
did.
Anton is just a weird being.
Wild one.
I am 2 people, plus someone's liver, plus a hunk of rock, plus a bone.
Oh no! What? Hold on. LG just goes up to your hand and looks at it. Oh, this is not good.
It was
Anton,
meant-
can we go have a conversation outside?
if you know anything about this, then yes.
Yeah, I do. Let's go outside. Keep planning, everyone. Good ideas all round. Yeah, let's kill Tabitha. And he would lead you outside. I don't know how to say this. Kinda just put a clock on the rest of your life. That's gonna kill you.
Like days or like years?
From what I've read about the last guy that did that, about a month.
It's enough time to deal with this.
I'm sorry. I should have asked.
Thought because it was there, but I guess she also died. But there was someone that had the mark of someone other, the original outsider, and the outsider was not the outsider anymore. But I guess he didn't die. And I didn't think about that.
Right, but your mark was stolen.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just removed, like erased. Like, I was hoping that there'd be some sort of mark left that I could draw back over.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I guess I get the line of thought, but I'm sorry.
If I have everything back, it's going to be really helpful up here really quick. So, there's still a benefit to it. It makes me a lot faster, you know. I mean, it's the Daredevil's mark, so
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
I can also kind of stop time for a lot of people. I'm not sure how helpful that would be against Talbin specifically, but it's
shot.
there's a lot of things that I can try to do. I
If
assume
there's
that I
any
should
ever
probably.
time for speed, I guess you're gonna need it.
I assume that this is probably something that I should hide and not show.
Maybe from him.
Well, I don't really want him to know that the mark that was stolen is kind of back. And once he figures it out, I don't really
Yeah.
want him to think that there's any weakness
Yeah.
about that
Yeah.
he could exploit.
Right. Hide it. Anton, I know I've heard your story, but is there anyone you need to talk to before this all goes down?
If there are loads that I don't even know who they are, what they are, where they are, I've tried to get back to some of them. And I can't.
Okay. Well, from what I've heard of the Cleft project of severing the void from reality, there might be some hope in that. And
How? If my heart is made of a rock that can only work because of void power, and my hand is a void power that's killing me, how am I supposed to do anything with either one?
well, if you had a normal heart,
And I'm just supposed to rip out a rock and replace it with a heart? Where would I get a
no,
heart?
No, listen. All I'm saying is just
I've been against that project the whole time because I'm not someone who can do anything special without the void anyway. I haven't been able to do it much with the void. But without it, I'm even less useful for it. So many of these things, I'm just some person who can paint pretty pictures as people talk their way out of everything and people shoot their way out of everything and people climb their way out of everything. There's not much that I can do without the void anyway, and so the Cleft project was never something I was going to let happen if I could do anything about it.
no, don't undersell yourself. Listen up. All these people, shooters and the talkers and the climbers, they never live as long as the artists do.
The
I'm
artist
speaking
died.
metaphorically.
The artist literally died.
Well, everybody's going to. All this just to say that you do have an impact, and I'm just trying to praise art a little bit. It's worthwhile.
I appreciate it, but it doesn't really help. And if I hadn't been whatever I am, if Atlee hadn't taken to me, I'd be several dead people and a rock. And since he did, I really haven't been able to do that much anyway, but at least I have some way to try. And if I'd just been a normal painter that didn't overdose on drugs, or just some person from some bad background that tried to get his way out of it and didn't die anyway, then I wouldn't be able to do anything about this anyway. It's not like it would have helped. It's not like without the void I could do anything. And sure, some of the problems are coming from the void, but all of my solutions to any of it is coming from the void too. Anything that I've been useful with has been pretty much coming straight from the void. And the void may be a terrible place that I don't want to be, or go, or have anyone else see. It's a source of power that can help the people that can't help themselves. And maybe if any of those people that had died before I came to being had any help from the void, maybe they wouldn't be dead. And that'd mean that I wasn't here, but that'd mean that some real people who were born and lived a life and had family would be alive. And I don't really have family because I can't find them. And I don't really have a life because I'm just a bunch of dead things. And so all I have is the void and some hope to try to change things. And you trying to seal off the void is just some strange way to control everyone. It's two extremes. It's someone trying to make it where void powers are overflowing and everyone just dies if they're not powerful enough to deal with it on their own, and giving everyone unlimited freedom to do whatever they want, and controlling them to the point that they can't do anything to themselves. Neither of those are okay with me.
I agree.
Then why are you protector?
Because I hadn't really seen that anyone could handle it.
Handle what?
Void. I hadn't seen any example of someone good who used the void for good things.
That's what I've been trying to do. Not nearly as much impact as Talvin's had, but obviously I've made my mistakes with it, but it's just a thing that can help the people that aren't powerful enough to do what they want to do on their own. It's just intentions.
I've been looking into this, Anton. I've been, in my plans against trying to defeat Talvin, I've been looking into the Cleft Project and the research that I wasn't qualified to look into. Personally, I don't think it's going anywhere, and I think that you're actually right. I think right now, with the state of the world, the wrong people have the access to the dangerous information. I think you're right that the dangerous information can be used to help people as it has helped you. But I think that the protectors need to change. They need to see that we can control the void with the right research, the right knowledge, and the right secrecy. I know that you guys weren't the biggest fan of that, but the whole point was to keep people like Talvin finding out about it. But I know we're going to kill him, or something with him, stop him. And once that's done, I'm going to be personally using the protectors to make the void something truly beneficial. I know it's complicated because I know that Leo wanted to do the same thing, and it seems like that guy, of all people, should have really been the best candidate for it.
He was in a weird position where his intentions didn't have any way to get to the surface. He
That's
didn't really
it.
have the power. He was just some piece of meat.
Yeah. I've been looking into the original ritual for the outsider. It was what Professor Dribner had made his entire research on and made the entire Spike project upon, was the original language. But at the time of the spikes, we were essentially, as your ex-enforcer friend in there eloquently put, kicking the can downwards. He hadn't cracked it. And so he essentially copied parts of the original Outsiders ritual. Since then, I've been able to determine that those words, the ritual cast was supposed to make someone representing the void and not someone controlling it. Someone cryptic and hard to understand and devoid of personality, as Leo put earlier on the radio. I think it might be worth a shot to see if there's a way to do that in a different way.
Leave the person.
Yeah.
If it wouldn't be presumptuous, would that also fix the problem with me dying?
I mean, if we're talking about someone who can utilize the void, then sure. I'd certainly hope so. Listen, just...
Not that Leo's a bad candidate for it.
No,
like you
he's
said, I'm
he's
just not sure he would go. For it
no.
at this
I'm not
point.
saying him. I'm not saying anyone. I'm saying right now we need to deal with the provision. We need to stop them. But maybe this is something to look forward to after.
I'll help with it in any way I can. If it's some sort of middle ground, I'll do whatever I can.
Anton, that sounds great. I think it would work well. But this is a time where we need to be secret about this. This is something that you, if the provision wins and they try to get information out of you, Void Walker 4. You are 4, right? Yeah. This is something that, especially about the Alcadeva, the language, that you need to die before this information gets out, because you need to know how. I'm sorry, that wasn't
So
a
it
joke.
can come out in a month.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm just saying it needs to be secret, but
I understand that.
I've had a lot of conviction about changing the Protectors because they are good people. The whole Void thing was very much so just a temporary decision that we've been stuck with the consequences of. That we have to stick with Dribner's kick the can philosophy with the Void until we can sever it. It was just, there were too many people trying to use the Void to just give them their own selfish goals. And I'm not saying that's Leo. It's weird. It's almost like the people that got the furthest in it were always the worst of them. The last person that I saw that had a mark similar to that was actually, in a crazy way, trying to bring Empress Jessamine back, but bringing it back for his own personal glory.
Oh, so not a protector.
No, not a Protector.
Oh.
He's probably the reason the Protectors exist, actually. He's dead, by the way. And he was dying.
Well, I think you've covered that.
Yeah. Yep.
Did
But
he was killed?
cast into a vat full of molten glass, actually.
That doesn't sound fun.
No,
So you're saying
wasn't.
it didn't actually kill him?
It was killing him. It would have killed him in a few days' time. But he performed a ritual very similar to what Delilah did to try and bring a new world about.
Oh. That's too large.
But
The
listen,
Golazar is too large to work.
yeah, this is all diverting from, I guess, what I really want to ask. We need the Protectors to be an organization that actually does Void research. I've heard a lot about Barato, the guy doing the cleft research. I know this is kind of the kettle calling the pot black, but he's kind of a nutcase. And he's been very driven by this goal of just whatever it takes, we have to just sever it. And he's brilliant. He probably could have been spent a little bit better actually researching how to wield it, I suppose. But anyways, all this to say is I really want to make the Protectors an organization to do what you were talking about. And frankly, you may just have a month left, but maybe we can extend that. But I think you'd be a good part of it. Because you're more than just this. You've used the Void thing well. I know it's odd, but it's an odd time. Are you interested in being a part of the Protectors?
Not till you change.
You
Then
don't
yeah.
want to be that change?
I'd love to be that change, but I can't put my name on something that's trying to work towards a goal that I can't exist within.
You know it's not written in stone that that's our goal, right?
Maybe you could write a different goal in stone.
Our goal in stone is to help people.
I don't need the Protector's name for that. I'm sure the Protectors aren't the only ones trying to do that.
Fair enough. Just thought I'd ask.
I'll help. But I won't take the name unless the Protectors change.
All right.
If you can make the change, if I can help you make the change, then maybe we could talk about it.
All right. I'll tell you what. I can't guarantee any research help with you outside the organization, but you guys tend to deal in favors and that kind of thing. I really do want to help you out, and I have some ideas that need to take place after this whole situation is dealt with. But could I get a favor from you?
I don't deal in favors like Hazel does. I don't need anything in return.
Well, then can I just count
You
on
can
you?
have it. An open favor.
All right.
As long as it's for
kinda
the
like-
right thing.
It's for what we discussed.
And any time.
All right.
You don't have to make it 1-to-1. I'll play Hazel's game with her, but if I don't need to, it's kind of arbitrary.
Okay. So what do you want to tell the rest of them?
That it worked, but it's limited or something.
All right.
Something that doesn't... They don't need to be distracted. Right now, we just need to deal with this. We can worry about the exact truth later, and I'm sure you're very happy that something's a secret.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go tell him. And he would lead his way back to the airship. And with that, we are going to end session tonight. So thank you all so very much for joining us, and we hope you will join us next week. Have a good night.